you are. So sorry I took so long. I had errands to run. You know how it can take forever. Did you sleep well?
You're insane.
Guess not, huh?
Woman, you let me out there.
I can't understand you. There you go.
Uncuff me right now. You uncuff me this instant. Do you understand?
Sorry, can't do that.
Reese, have you completely lost it?
No, but you're about to. Oh, come on in.
Reese? Reese? What the hell is this?
It's showtime.
What are you doing? Are you insane?
God, here.
Get away. Get away from me.
Toys, Durant?
Get, Reese?
Yeah, that's right.
You are insane. Get the hell away from me.
Oh, this is fantastic. You're gonna love this one.
Reese, stop.
Just lie back and look pretty.
Reese!
Hi, big boy. Oh, great. Oh, yeah.
Visiting hours are over.
You should be grateful I'm not someone else.
What do you want?
The family of Manuel Ruiz has asked me to confirm your role, shall we say, in his shooting.
Jason? Jason!
Sonny, hey, it's Sam. Listen, Jason left. I have no idea where he is. I'm just calling to see if maybe you have any idea. Never mind. He just walked in. Where did you go?
Just for a walk to think?
Well,
Okay.
yeah, when you were gone, I'm sorry. I guess I just overreacted.
Sam, I meant what I said last night. I'm not gonna leave you.
This is it. This could be our last meal together, the last breakfast.
Boarding school is not going to be that bad.
It's going to be awful. And, you know, completely unfair. They don't have a right just to ship me off to Texas. I've gotten straight A's, and I've been mostly, you know, stayed out of trouble.
Georgie, if Maxie can survive boarding school, then you can, no problem.
So you want me to go?
No, I'm saying that it's only for a year. That's not so bad.
I have 24 hours to change my parents' mind.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, though.
I'll refuse to get in the car. I will throw a fit at the airport. I'll run away. Dylan, we can run away together.
Yeah, but I have film class now. Don't be mad. I didn't mean... don't get upset.
I will be spending my senior year away from you and all my friends and everybody I care about in Texas. In Texas, Dylan, with, you know, tumbleweeds. Girl who say... It's not funny. Girls who say y'all and, you know, have really big hair. Dylan, my life as I know it will be over.
We can survive this. Do you know why? Because we have the technology. We can use little cell phone cams, and I'll email you 100 pictures a day. And you know what? I'll buy a little webcam, so it'll be like we're right there with each other. I'll lend you a DV. That way you can, like, make little movies from school and send them to me. Huh?
He will completely forget about me.
Never.
Dylan, we're gonna be so far away.
Well, that's okay. I love virtual Georgie just as much as I love the real thing.
Dad, I know you don't like Dylan.
Dylan's fingerprint is on a nude photo of Brooklyn.
And I know that doesn't look good, but I can't see Dylan doing anything like this.
Dylan shot this not too long ago. Do you still think your sister is safe with Dylan?
Are you here for medical reasons, or are you going to ask me out on a proper date?
None of the above. Look, you mind if I call you Lainey at work?
Well, it depends on what you say next.
I wanted to thank you for the way you handled Carly yesterday. You were amazing.
I was glad to help.
Look, I know it's awkward to ask you to keep quiet about where Carly's staying. It's just that if anybody...
Patient confidentiality. It's no problem.
Well, it could be soon. See, John Duran is determined to make Carly his legal guardian. And if he finds out you're involved...
Send the cops?
It could happen.
Dr. Winters?
Yes.
We need to speak with you in regard to an ongoing police investigation.
Reese, you will not get away with this.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess.
You are so far past disbarment.
If it's fun for you, who am I to say it's kinky?
I will see you in prison for this. Do you understand that?
This is the plan, Durant. You're gonna tell those cops of yours that that duct tape you found with Rick's DNA on it is inadmissible.
It is perfectly admissible.
Missouri versus Wrangell. Yeah, that could be your precedent. And if anybody asks you too many questions, well, you can improvise. You are a very creative guy.
That duct tape proves that Rick Lansing shot Manny Ruiz and one or more of his bodyguards, Reese.
Let me make this perfectly clear. There is no proof of anything. You will close that file on the Ruiz shooting. There is no case. Lack of evidence.
No, I will not do it. I will not do it.
Okay, well, you know, I can always put these beauties on the internet. How long do you think it'll take before they get on TV? 3, maybe 5 minutes, a little bit longer maybe for the print media. That's okay, because you will be out of a career before you're even out of those handcuffs.
I will prove that I was set up.
Okay, well, you could scramble all you want, make excuses, whatever. Who's really gonna listen, Durant? But that's okay. I wouldn't worry too much about it, though. You'll have another job eventually. Just definitely not in law enforcement.
You know, let me ask you a question, Reese. Does Sonny know that you're doing his brother?
But hey, it's your choice. Here you go. Keep a couple for a souvenir because I've got plenty.
Reese, do not do this. Reese? Reese!
I'll let the maid know you're ready to clean up the mess.
You invited Manuel Ruiz to a meeting in the park. Manuel and 2 of his guards were shot at that meeting, and you walked away. Now Manny's in a coma, and he's not expected to recover. You tell me. I think you can appreciate the family's concern.
Really, does the family realize that I have this hole in my chest courtesy of their beloved Manuel?
They send their best wishes for a speedy recovery.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. You tell them thanks.
Rick, you're an attorney. Harvard, no less. There's no way you could have taken down Mr. Ruiz and 2 of his best men. I think Jason Morgan was the shooter.
Jason barely remembers his own name these days.
So you're saying you shot Manny and 2 guards?
I'm saying that I am as surprised by what happened as anybody. Now listen, why don't you tell the family that it's probably an inside job?
Rick, I wonder if you're grasping the implications.
Alcazar, send them my condolences. Hell, send them flowers.
Whatever happened in that park, the Ruiz family knows you were involved. And that could easily cost you your life.
Just for the record, I don't usually panic like that.
Well, I go from needing you to trying to ditch you and back again. I'm either being shot at or shooting someone every 5 minutes, and I have something seriously wrong with my brain. Most people would have started panicking a long time ago. But you didn't.
You still give compliments the same way. Well, I just think that other people, they compliment other people by saying, you know, you have nice clothes or your hair looks good, and that's nice to hear once in a while, but you don't do that.
I never told you that you're beautiful?
Every once in a while. But you're more likely to say what you just said, you know? Like, I don't panic, or you trust me, or that I'm strong and resilient even though I'm small.
Well, those aren't really compliments. That's just being honest.
Exactly. Exactly. You say what you feel, not what you think that I want to hear, and that's what I think is so special about you.
I like the way you explain things. I can't always follow it, but it's interesting.
You know, I'm glad you didn't leave last night.
Yeah, you know, I think I would have been okay on my own. Yeah, I could have just kept moving and stayed on my medication, but I could never picture what came next. You know, I could get myself to the airport, I could get on the airplane, but, you know, where would I go? The only thing that mattered was I was leaving you behind. You know, I could have probably survived that way, but it's not a life, you know?
Yeah. You know, maybe she knew that. My daughter. I always kind of think of her as our guardian angel. I know it sounds really silly, but
No,
this is
it's
just
not,
something
no,
that I really...
because there's definitely a reason we both showed up in her grave last night. I don't know much, but I am sure of that.
I just, you know, I wanted you to know something. That if things do work out here in Port Charles for us, I think that's great. I mean, it's better than great. But if you do decide that you want to go and be off on your own, I completely support that and I understand. I mean, I would hope that you would want me to come with you, but
I'm just making this up as I go. I mean, the only thing that I'm sure about right now is you. How does our life work? What would we do on a normal night?
Normal night? Well, you can forget normal night because we don't have normal nights. You know, when you leave, I'm never sure if you're going to come home. And when you come home, I'm so glad that you're here,
let's
but I
forget
kind of
about
go
that.
nuts.
If we had a normal life, you know, what would we do?
You know, we would...
Would what?
We'd shoot some pool.
Okay, who wins?
Oh, you're going to have to figure that one out for yourself.
Oh, what is that, a challenge?
Anytime, pal.
Okay. Okay, what else?
Well, you can forget a dinner in a movie. It's not going to happen.
All right.
Let me see. Michael and Morgan, we love spending time with them. And we love going on motorcycle rides out into the country. And then we normally come back here and then... And, well...
What?
Well, you know, what I was about to say was we really enjoy bubble baths.
Bubble baths?
Uh-huh. Yep. You go to the mall and you shop and you're going to get all kinds of oils and spa stuff.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. You love to shop.
I shop.
You do. You shop and you actually come home with all that stuff and then you will paint my toenails pink normally.
I'm really glad I can't remember that stuff.
Okay, so you don't shop in the mall ever, and you don't get spa stuff, and I can't even force you to get anywhere near a bathtub. But you know what? That stuff doesn't matter to me as long as we're together. Yeah, that's when I'm happiest.
What will be the nature of these questions if Dr. Winters consents to an interview?
We can't discuss an ongoing investigation.
Well, you can't just arbitrarily drag somebody down to headquarters for no reason. Just because the DA is obsessed with Sonny and Jason doesn't give you the right to come down here.
Excuse me, are you representing Dr. Winters?
I don't need a lawyer. I've done nothing wrong.
Okay, so you'll talk to us.
If you stay here and you make it fast.
That's fine.
This is a private conversation.
You'll call me if there's any problems.
Absolutely.
You know, you don't have to answer any questions these gentlemen ask you, anything.
I'll call you.
Thank you.
You know, I have rounds.
We got a kid out there stalking and drugging young women. We need your help.
Hey, I'm glad I caught up with you. The cops put this in my bag after they tore up our room. I think you need it for class.
Oh, thanks. Can you believe they haven't caught that guy yet?
Yeah, I mean, the cops are looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, they're looking in the wrong place. I don't know why they're chasing after me when he's still out there. How many more girls does he have to drug?
I know. Hey, you over there.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Did you get any of my messages? I left you like 700. We have to choose a topic for the Anthro presentation tomorrow. So we should get together this afternoon.
Oh, I have a meeting with my advisor.
Okay, well, can you call me when you think you know a good time?
Okay, the thing is, I'm supposed to have dinner with my ma tonight, right? And you know my ma, she wants to hear every nanosecond of college, right? And then my cousin Angie is gonna call me.
Are you weirded out about being alone with me?
No. Why would you ask?
You don't honestly think that I drugged you and took pictures?
Look, Dylan, I don't want to believe it.
Brooke, what the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, I know that looks weird, but Dylan's always doing weird stuff. He likes being the strange artistic one. Dad, he would never hurt anyone, especially Georgie.
You sure about that?
He loves her.
So Dylan sneaks up on her when she's asleep and tapes her? Maxie, Dylan is our primary suspect. I want him far away from Georgie. She listens to you, all right? I want you to talk to Georgie and tell her that boarding school is not that...
Nothing you say or do will ever keep me away from Dylan.
If Matty Ruiz's bodyguards decide to turn against him, that's not my problem. You should tell your friends that Port Charles is Sonny's territory. He'll take out anybody who even considers coming up here.
Did Sonny ask you to convey that message?
No. I'm just stating a fact. If the Ruiz family wants to continue to stay in business, I suggest they stay in Miami.
Rick, you're taking on way more than you can handle.
I'm doing
in
just fine,
situation.
Alcazar.
You're dealing with one enemy you barely know and another one you've not even encountered.
Really? Who's that?
By putting Manny in a coma, you've challenged his brother Javier. Now, Manny's crazy. Javier is not. Javier is cold and calculating and, most of all, very effective. If he isn't in town already, he will be soon. And he's going to want payback for his brother.
Sonny's warning still stands.
Sonny's a street thug. He knows how to live in this world. Survived steep odds with Jason Morgan by his side.
Sonny and I will manage just fine without Jason.
Well, you may be on Sonny's side right now. The question is, will you be enough?
I heard all that.
Don't worry about it.
Excuse me? I have a file this thick on Javier Ruiz. He's lethal. You have no idea what you and Sonny are in for.
We set up a cover for you on campus.
We've got you teaching Intro to Psych. Get you contact to students, faculty, support staff, whatever you need.
What about my patients?
Find someone else to cover.
I'm a therapist. My patients trust me. I'm not going to just pass them off to another doctor. And I'm not interested in getting back in the line of fire. I mean, can't you find another profiler?
He's drugging these girls senseless. He's taking off their clothes, snapping pictures of, and doing who knows what else. Don't you want to help us?
You aren't exactly a stranger to this line of work.
Yeah, if we don't catch this guy soon...
You don't have to tell me about cold cases.
Listen, I understand if you don't
Dr.
want to
Winters?
get involved.
You just take a look at the file before you make up your mind. Well, maybe you'll see something the rest of us missed.
I looked out for you. I sang for you. I dressed up like a girl for you. I defended you to the family. I'm related to you.
I know,
Brooklyn.
which makes this whole situation even more messed up.
Do it.
And how did your fingerprint get on the picture, Dylan?
Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't be in this situation, now would I?
Look, I'm sorry. I can't do this right now.
Why is it so hard to believe that I was set up?
Look, Dylan, I don't want to believe
I should
it.
not
There's
have to
evidence.
defend myself to you. You are family. Stop yelling at her. You did this? You the stalker? You trying to frame me? Is that
You
what's
guys,
going
we
on?
can't fight. That's what the stalker wants.
You know what? You blamed me for this from the start, huh?
Oh, is this your angle to get the attention off of myself? Is that what you're saying?
You said it, Dylan, not me.
I'm not going to boarding school. I don't care how great Maxie says it is. That's why you're here, isn't it? To help Matt get rid of me so we can go after Dylan?
I'm doing this for your own good.
Dad, what if you're wrong? I mean, then Georgie doesn't have to go to boarding school.
And if I'm right, I could be literally saving your life. We're not finished.
Are you absolutely sure about Dylan?
Yes. Yes, Maxie, he would never do this ever.
Okay, but Dylan gets carried away sometimes, right? Does weird stuff.
He's eccentric and creative. He would never, ever drug a girl and take her picture.
What if you're wrong?
I'm not. Dylan is innocent.
Look, I was hoping not to do this, but you leave me no choice.
You know, if we stay here, I'm gonna have to find a job.
A job? You're really rich off your partnership with Sonny. You could, live the rest of your life without working.
I'm not gonna take money from him.
You're in business together.
I don't want any ties to my life before. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, what are we gonna do for money?
Well, you like motorcycles and cars and stuff like that, and you told me you had a motorcycle shop once. You could do that. I can pick up a couple of salvage gigs. I haven't had a job in forever. That would be great for me.
Yeah, but you'd be away from home.
Hey, that's okay as long as it helps you.
No, I just want to find something in town. Something normal that doesn't involve hurting people.
Javier Ruiz is a nightmare. And Sonny would have major problems dealing with him, even under the best of circumstances.
Oh, you mean if Jason were involved?
Yes,
Sonny
that's
is
what
going to
I mean.
fight back.
With what? His brother, the attorney, who makes unauthorized meetings and nearly gets himself killed?
Reese, I have crossed lines in the past couple of days that I never even imagined. I cannot go back.
You don't understand how this world works.
You know what? Maybe you should tell that to Manny Ruiz.
You were coming on too strong with Alcazar and the
Look,
Ruiz
the
family.
best defense is a good offense.
Maybe in a court of law, yes, but not on the streets, Rick. You are in a world without rules now. If you keep antagonizing these people, you're going to wind up dead or convicted of murder, and I'm not going to be able to cover for you next time.
What do you mean cover for me?
I'm talking in a general sense.
Cover up what?
It's a figure of speech.
Stop. What is it you're trying to hide from me?
Look, for what it's worth, I don't think you did this.
Thanks.
I mean, you're a pretty weird dude, but you're not a pervert.
Thanks.
You've done some really weird stuff, Astrid.
Okay,
but I'm
thanks. I got it.
Look, all I'm saying is, I know how it feels.
Yeah, you were set up too, of course.
But you are getting way worse than I was.
Thing is, I never thought that my friends would turn against me.
Yeah, I know, but Georgie's still on your side, though.
Yeah, of course Georgie's still on my side. But Brooklyn, she's like my best friend. She's my niece. If I can't convince her that I'm innocent, what am I gonna do?
Stand to think that Dylan could be the stalker, but at least I know that you didn't do this.
Well, I appreciate that. Even after things ended up between us.
Yeah, you know what? You were a real jerk, and you probably still are. But Diego, I know that you didn't drug me and take naked pictures of me, okay?
Thanks, I think. Look, anyway, the stalker's probably some stranger, okay? It could be anyone at school.
Yeah, it's possible, but...
Do you know anything about Dylan that you're not saying? Brooke, you can tell me.
That's it?
That video doesn't bother you.
Dad, Dylan wants to be a director. We've made so many mini-movies that you will never see. I died in 3 of them.
And that seems okay with you.
Dylan's an artist. He has to practice.
You were asleep when he made that tape.
So?
So, don't you wonder what else he's doing while you're asleep? To other girls?
Oh, Dad, that's disgusting.
Okay, has Dylan told you how his fingerprint got on that nude photo of Brooke?
I never asked.
Why not?
Because he's innocent.
That doesn't make sense, Georgie.
I believe in Dylan. He loves me. He would never, ever do anything to hurt me or anybody else. Why can't you understand that? Why are you so determined to ruin his life?
No, it's just a couple of auto shops. No big deal. There has to be some work somewhere.
There's plenty of work. No one wants to hire me.
I'm sure you're going to be able to find something.
You know, a lot of salvage boats come through here. Maybe you can teach me the business and we could be a team.
Really? You'd do that?
Yeah, why not?
McCall?
Hey, Flynn, right?
That's right.
How's it going?
My best crane operator just walked.
Ooh, just like that.
Can you believe it? You still working freelance?
Well, you know, your rig is a lot fancier than I'm used to, and I have operated a crane before, but not many times.
I know how to run a Sealand crane.
You do?
Yeah, I could help you out.
I'm surprised you're looking for work.
You know who I am.
Everybody knows Jason Morton.
Jason isn't working for Corinthos Morgan
Yeah,
anymore.
you know, it's all right. I understand if it's a problem.
How about this? You work 1 solid hour, I'll pay you $50. We'll take it from there.
Sounds good to me.
Let's get started.
I'll see you later.
All right.
You hired the hooker?
After I cuffed and gagged Durant and tied him to the bed all night, left him there.
Nice work.
Hey, you try to blackmail me into going to bed with you. You're taking your chances.
No. Thanks for protecting me. If Durant had tried to use that evidence, I'd probably be going to jail for murder.
Well, you're a good friend. And I'm in love with your brother. Hey, Sonny needs your support. But threatening Alcazar and the Ruiz family, it's just not the way to go, Rick.
I'm trying to help, Reese.
Then get out of the way and let Sonny handle these people.
Listen to me. Sonny needs me for once in his life. I'm his last hope.
Not necessarily.
The world is officially crazy. I'm an outcast, a misfit. My friends hate me. I'm James Dean in any movie.
Sorry, but I have some good news.
They caught the guy?
Not yet. But Mac backed down on boarding school.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
He finally listened to reason. You know, we argued a lot, but... You know what? You will never guess what the police have on their hands. Some video of me sleeping and you were running your hands through my hair and, you know, it must have been some movie
With
idea.
the cheesy narration? The cops have that?
Yeah. Yeah, but I explained to Mac that you were just practicing to be a director. Everything's fine.
You sure?
Positive.
And he doesn't think I'm guilty at all?
I said Mac is finally listening to reason, at least about boarding school. So, Dylan, let's go with the positive, right?
Right.
It's definitely Dylan Portman's print on the photo. Forensics double-checked.
Thanks.
Dylan seems like a really nice kid.
That's the perfect cover.
Maybe.
Dylan Quartermain has been in town for almost 2 years. We know almost nothing about his life before that.
He traveled a lot.
From fancy school to fancy school. There's a reason why Tracy Quartermain dragged him all over Europe. With a mother like that, no wonder he hates women.
Dylan has a lot of women friends, and he loves your daughter.
Then why does she always seem to be getting hurt when she's around him?
Georgie and Dylan have made some huge mistakes, but he's never done anything deliberately to hurt her.
You know, everybody has been looking to give this kid a break since he's come into town. Well, not me, not anymore, Lucky. Not with all the evidence, all the warning signs pointing directly at him.
So you've seen the video?
Yeah. Dylan is a very strange guy.
Yeah, but my dad thinks Dylan is the stalker.
On the inside?
Yeah. Look, if Dylan is guilty, which I absolutely don't believe he is, but if, wouldn't he stop for a while and let things die down?
It's a game to these guys, and it's a lot more fun when the cops start moving in. You know, the stakes go up, the attacks, they only get worse.
Thanks for the work. I appreciate it.
You did a decent job. Any chance you'd be interested in full-time work?
I can start any time.
Don't take this the wrong way, but about Mr. Corinthos.
Yeah, Sam already told you I don't work for Sonny anymore.
You sure about that?
I'm sure. I'm out of that business.
Sam, I've got some serious trouble. The 2 men that Jason took down in the park are just the tip of the iceberg. They're part of a large, powerful family out of Miami,
And just tell me what you want.
Javier Ruiz is on his way from Miami to Port Charles to avenge the shooting of his brother. If Jason doesn't stop him, Sonny and Rick are as good as dead.
How'd it go with the cops?
They were tough.
I know it. I know it. I'm gonna file a complaint with the DA's office. They can't just waltz down here and harass you at your place of work.
What do you know about Diego Alcazar?
Excuse me?
Tell me what he's like.
Oh, they asked you about the stalker case, didn't they?
Yeah, honey, you're very cute. I'm worried.
You set me up, you.
Me? I wouldn't do that. Tell me about Diego.
Well, he's tough. He's macho. He looks up to his father greatly. Was a very poor kid and ended up wealthy overnight.
And he doesn't fit the profile. See, this kid is extremely privileged, but isolated. Has been his whole life. He has a domineering mother and an absent father. I mean, the stalker lives in a fantasy world. He's fixated on movies and TV, images he can control. Doesn't do very well with real people. He prefers the fantasy world he's created with pictures.
You sound like you're convinced.
And you sound like you know someone who fits the description.
Sorry, just looking over your shoulder.
That's okay. What do you think?
I think you're a great filmmaker.
Thanks.
Do you think you'd be interested in making a movie with me?
Ish, that's just wrong. Oh, Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. You've been a very naughty boy, haven't you?
Yeah, I knew that you were in on this.
No, I'm just enjoying the results here. It was Reese's collar, actually. Sorry, so to speak. Her handcuffs, too.
Yeah, well, your girlfriend won this round. I've declared the evidence against you inadmissible. Not that that really matters.
Why is that?
Well, I thought Jason was a
Never mind, Jason. Let me tell you something. If you ever go after Reese or anybody else in order to...
Hey, Rick, I don't have to do it. Rick, I don't have to do anything. The Ruiz family, they're going to take care of everything for me.
I doubt it.
Come on, man, think. Turning Manuel Ruiz into a vegetable, that humiliated the family. It escalated an already bad situation, I think.
They're gonna come after you now. They're gonna make an example out of you. And believe me, my friend, I promise your photos will not be nearly as amusing as mine. And when you finally die, and I believe they're gonna make this a nice, long process. They're gonna make it last. Then they're gonna go after the big fish. That would be Sonny, your brother. And if I get lucky, if I get real lucky, maybe they'll take Jason out too.
You got it all figured out, don't you, Durant?
Hey, man, just like baseball. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes. You're out.
Thanks for taking care of this.
I can always use a good crane operator.
Listen, it's important that Jason Morgan doesn't realize he's working for me.
No one knows you own the company. But if Sonny Corinthos finds out...
Corinthos has bigger problems. And they'll be arriving from Miami very soon.
If I could help you, I would. But Jason doesn't want to work for Sonny anymore. He doesn't want to carry a gun. He wants to start his life over.
You don't want Jason to remember how he lived before, do you?
I don't control what Jason remembers.
But you're keeping him close, and you're encouraging him to abandon
No,
Sonny.
I never did that.
Come on, Sam. If Jason doesn't remember who he was before, then you won't have to share him with anybody else. You'll be everything to him.
No, what I want for Jason is for Jason to be happy. And that means Jason getting out of the mob. I never asked him to walk away from Sonny. He does not want to carry a gun. He doesn't want to kill people.
Sam, Jason has to do one last job, and we have to find a way to make him do it.
Do what?